Breaking the wall of barnacles, bacteria and beyond. Joanne Duffy, National University of Ireland, Galway.
My name is Joanne, and I'm a kleptomaniac. I steal genes, but not like genes, like your genes. A gene is a biological instruction. It's like a computer code that's written in DNA that tells a cell to manufacture a particular protein. Now, some plants and animals produce really interesting proteins, things like antibiotics and compounds that fight against cancer, and things that make your food taste really, really good. But if a scientist wants to exploit that, they run into this mammoth task of growing crops and managing test fields and my least favorite thing, going outside. So if they are worried about environmental contamination, that brings me to barnacles. Now, barnacles produce a really interesting glue that allows them to stick to just about any type of surface you can imagine, and they do it underwater. In fact, they prefer to do it underwater. So if we wanted to harness that glue, you'd think we could just grow up lots of barnacles and harvest it at the end. But that's an environmental disaster waiting to happen, because they really do stick to everything. They stick to boats, they stick to buoys, they stick to submarines, they stick to sensors. It's just a sticky situation. So rather than destroying the environment, I steal their genes. I find the gene, and only the gene, for barnacle glue, and I insert it into a bacterial species. There are more bacteria in your mouth right now than there are people on Earth. That might make some of you uncomfortable, but my point is they're very small. So small, we can fit billions and billions of them in just a tiny lab flask. So if I genetically engineer those bacteria to have the genes to produce barnacle glue, I now have billions of cells hard at work producing the glue, and I don't have to go outside. We want to use this glue to glue bones back together and stick wounds closed and cement medical devices in place. Now, this process might sound like science fiction, but it's actually used to produce products that touch your daily lives. The insulin that your diabetic friends use to stay alive is produced by stealing the human gene for insulin and expressing it in a yeast species. So I'm a kleptomaniac. I steal and use genes from organisms I've sometimes never seen to break down the walls of nature and harness 500 million years of evolution in barnacles. Gur míle maith agé, Socht éiste Clum.